welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're looking at new things that are coming on the 5th of January. And today we're looking at the Dragonfly Garden and the Dragonfly Punch. Now, these are going to be available as a bundle. And they are a beautiful, beautiful dragonfly garden, which has got these lovely little tiny dragonflies, beautiful floral, 2 different dragonflies and some lovely sentiments. It's a 2-step, so you can actually stamp the wings instead of colouring them in, although we're going to colour them today. The punch is a double punch. So you have the large dragonfly, which will punch either one of the 2 images, and you have a little tiny one as well, which is going to be lovely. We're going to use it quite a lot with different things. So the card we're going to make today is going to have a background with something that is in the Sale-a-bration. Now, Sale-a-bration is you can earn free products with a qualifying order. So if you spend £45 from the 5th of January, you could get this pack of, it's called Oh So Ombre 6x6 designer series paper. Now, I absolutely love this paper for 2 reasons. You've got these lovely sort of spots in different shades coming through, so you can see that. And then on the other side, you've got some really lovely bright blues and greens on that side. So you've got 2 different colour palettes. The nice thing as well is, if I take one of the sheets, you have got these lovely sort of little ombre spots on one side, but on the other side, or those are spots on both sides. Let me find one which is, okay. So if we take this one, you've got the lovely ombre pattern coming down, so you could take it that way. If you turn it over, you've got, again, lovely ombre, and it means that you can actually stamp on this as opposed to doing a sponged background. It's given it for you. So really lovely and pretty colours. And it's absolutely free with a qualifying order. So it's something worth thinking about, and we're going to be using a lot of this paper. So let's get ourselves started with the Dragonfly Garden and the Dragonfly with the Punch. Now, we are going to use, there are 2, if you look at the 2 dragonflies, one has a solid dark body, and the other one has one that you can colour in. We're going to use the solid one, and we're going to use it in a good black ink. Now, we're going to be watercolouring with our inks, so you do need an ink that is, you don't want to use Memento, because Memento will bleed because it's watercolour based. Or it's water based. You want one that isn't, and Stays On is one, but there are also other ones on the market. Now, I'm just going to put this down in the corner like that, because I have done one as a practice run. But you can see you have this gorgeous, gorgeous dragonfly. I love dragonflies. I've got a little pond in my garden, which is a natural pond. So I have newts and frogs and things in the spring and summertime, and I also get beautiful dragonflies that come down to have a drink, and they are just beautiful. The colours of them are just lovely, and they tend to be sort of blues and greens, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I've chosen Pacific Point and Granny Apple Green. So what we're going to do is we are going to just put a little bit on the edge of a block in the Granny Apple Green and in the Pacific Point. So I'll turn it round on the other side, and we'll have some of the blue in there. So you can see those tones are going to be lovely. Now I'm using our water painters. They come in a set of three different size brushes, and we're using the middle one today. So I need to make sure that I have just a little pool of water here first, and I'm actually going to just open it to allow some extra water down, because I want to be able to do this fairly loosely on there. And I need a bit of kitchen roll as well, so we've got that on one side. Now I'm going to start with the Pacific Point, and we are going to take it from the inside and we're going to take it from the outside as well. So, and I've got it fairly wet. Doesn't need to be quite as wet as this, but it's just happened to have come out like that, so it might not be quite as wet on the other bit, but it helps it to bleed through, which is what we want it to do. So we're just going to take it from here, and we're going to take it from here. Like that. So we've got them on the inside bit. And we can sort of spread it out just a little bit. So you've got it just a little bit paler as it comes off of the brush without having to put any extra on there. And then we're going to clean our brush off, because we don't want the colour bleeding through. So just squeeze it and it'll come off. And then we're going to take the green. And then we're going to do the centre part in the green. On each one, so at the moment they're separate. They won't be once we start blending it through, but I want the vibrancy of the colours to come through in on the centre first of all, before we start blending it through too much, because I want the vibrancy of this granny apple green on there. So I'm just going to take that in on there. Okay, then we can start. So I'm going to just take a little bit of water, and we can just start to move that colour in. A bit like using your blending brushes, you want to just move it in on so that it bleeds through quite nicely from one bit into the other without detracting from the actual colour. So literally just use your brush to blend it through. Just take a little bit of extra water if you need to, and just blend that through so you can just work it through, and then those edges will come beautifully blended through. You can see as you start working it, because these colours are quite bright colours, you will get this really nice sort of tone coming through. And I go over it a couple of times because I want these colours to just blend through beautifully, but without being overly saturated in there. So you can see now it's really becoming beautiful. And then I'm just going to, in this little white bit here, I'm just going to give it a little bit. I think I'm going to have the blue. So we're just going to take just that centerpiece, which is a bit of light, but that works perfectly. Then we can just clean our brushes off, and we can take the block and do exactly the same. You can see that you really don't need very much at all. I've got lots over, and what I tend to do is that I will stamp and do quite a few at a time, so then I'm not wasting my ink. But obviously you don't want me to see me doing lots of those. So that's our beautiful dragonfly. Then we can punch him out. Now I think I'm probably going to have to, as it's right on the side, I'm just going to have to take a snip of this corner off like that, so I can then get the punch in. So we can just take this in, line it up, lining up the head and the bottom, and then just, oops, oh come on, I got my hands aren't working very well today. I'm just going to take it off and do it off here like this, so I can get it a little bit better. It's not wanting to, oh, give me 2 seconds. I've just got something in on here. Let me just do that's better. Right, it had a little tiny piece on the top here, on there you can see where it was just catching, but my hands aren't particularly strong, so you won't have a problem punching it out at all. Okay, so we've now got our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dragonfly that comes in like that. And I have chosen, I did one earlier as well, so you can see it once it's actually dried. So you've got these beautiful vibrant colours. Now I have chosen the granny apple green piece because I think that that will work absolutely beautifully with this. And I've chosen a piece of black to go in on there. So we need to do a bit of decorating of this because, as I say, as it's designer series paper and it's ombre, it means that we can take first of all this lovely big floral piece, and we're going to take, I think, some of these little tiny dragonflies or little butterflies or little buggy things of some sort, and then not sure sentiment wise, we'll see space to which one will work. So I need to get a long thin block out for this one, so let me just grab my blocks. Oh, my hands aren't working today, struggling to get my block out of its case. There we go, that's a good one for that one. So this is the eye block, and we can put this one straight down like that on there. And I'm going to continue in the same vein with the same ink, so it gives the same colouring. But as I say, you can use memento for this part if you want to. And I'm just going to put this down on, it's quite a big block to get hold of, so I want to have it down here in this corner like that. Oh yes, beautiful, I love that, really nice. And then we're going to, let me get my, and I'm choosing black because I've got a black border and I want it to be sort of quite modern. So I'm choosing black for all of the parts on there. Then we wanted the little tiny dragonfly pieces. Now I've got to work out where I'm going to put my dragonfly is going to come there. So I want, yes I do, I'm going to have this, these little dragonflies are going to come, so they're sort of flying up that way, aren't they? I think I'm going to have them just about there. Oh yes, ever so pretty, ever so pretty. And then we want the sentiments. So I have got room. I like this. May good things grow all year long. Which is, that's a very pretty sentiment, isn't it? I like that. Because that will go for all sorts of different cards. So I think it's that one. Have a look. Yes, may good things grow all year round, or all year. What does it say? May good things grow all year long. So let's put that up, make sure we've got that straight. Should be fine. I like the sort of mix of fonts on this. So this is going to go down at the bottom here. Like that. May good things grow all year long. Not completely straight, but it'll do. It'll do. And then we're going to take the star of the show, which is the dragonfly. And the dragonfly is going to literally just be, I'm just going to bend it just a little bit. And then it can go in like that. And I'm going to put it up on a dimensional, and it's then going to go onto black because that will just pop this out. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could colour these in and make them a bit brighter if you wanted to, but I think that this works just as it is. So all I want to do is I'll get a couple of dimensionals afterwards, and then I'm going to put it onto a black card front. And again, very simple, very quick, very easy to do, but you have this absolutely lovely pop of colour. And then you've just got the background in there, and obviously, you know, there's another one. You could, if you wanted to, have a pair of them. If you wanted that over the top, that might look quite nice. In fact, that would look very pretty together, wouldn't it? So you've got both of them in together. Yes, I think that will work. So I might do that because I think that works. You could just have one running that way. Depending how you want it, it works beautifully either way. I think I'm going to be greedy and have both of them. But lovely, lovely stamp set. Dragonfly Gardens, Coordinating Punch, Dragonfly's Punch. And these are both available from the 5th of January. And if you haven't got a catalogue and you would like one, please just drop me a message and I'd be happy to send one out to you. I know most of my customers will have received them by now, but as I say, if you're new to the channel or you would like to have a copy, just let me know. So thank you so much for watching. As always, please stay safe, please stay well, and please be kind. Bye-bye.